Gaming Strategic Gaming and brought to you live on twitch.tv. At Commando Gaming 1, we normally stream at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, our Battletech Advanced. However, we had a couple system problems earlier today, so I need to do some gameplay to see if we fixed the issue. I've done some significant updating on my end. So I thought we would just do some gameplay on stream. So normally we are on in the mornings, but we're going to do some extra gameplay today. So let's take a look at if our changes improve the situation. We're going to load up a save here. Did some other things that, and our Battletech. So let's see if things run a little smoother today. Also, I'm not using my camera today. Not because there's any issues with it, just since we're doing a casual stream. I don't want to worry about the camera so much today, so we're just going to do some good old-fashioned Battletech. Try to push through a couple missions to make sure we've eliminated the stability issue we were having earlier on today. The system was running fine all the way through versions 8.1 of this mod, but once I updated to 8.2, we had all kinds of problems. The fine people at BTA tell me it has nothing to do with the update on the mod. So I've updated Windows, I've updated my DirectX, I've updated my drivers for my graphics card. Everything I can think of to get us up to speed here. So let's see if we can get this thing sped up. Hopefully it won't take too much longer to load up the game. Hopefully we'll have a couple people stop by. Normally we don't stream in this time zone, so we'll see. Or this game in this time zone. People are used to seeing us in the morning. Loading, it's definitely running a little slow here. There we go. Alright, so let's dial up a mission. See where we stand in the mech bay. I want to thank everybody who's joining us. Normally we stream BTA in the mornings, but we're doing a little extra bonus stream in the evenings, so please say hi in the chat room. We'd like to make it an interactive experience. Again, normally I do play with the camera, but we're not doing that this evening. I'm just trying to do a little bit of testing on some irregularities we had in our stream this morning. So, but let's just jump right into it. So we've got a awesome available, our Mackie, some fire starters, a dervish. We got plenty of mechs for a 3-skull destroy base mission. So let's jump into it. Should be able to push through this mission without too much trouble. And let's deploy. So I like to ask everybody when I'm streaming to tell me what their BTA experience is. Are they playing BattleTech? Are they playing BattleTech Advanced? If so, what your experience level is. It's always helpful to me to gauge that. So please let me know in the chat. We also have a giveaway of a Funko Pop simply by giving us a follow. So please give us a Funko Pop giveaway. But more importantly, say hi in the chat. Let us know how you're doing this evening. If you have any thoughts on our gameplay and strategy, please let us know. Hey, Danny Olox. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Thank you for joining us on stream as well. So I'm also doing some monitoring in the background because I'm trying to... We had some instability in our stream this morning. So I'm trying to push the system and keep an eye on it, making sure we don't have any spikes that can lead to instability or crashing in the game, because we had quite a bit of crashing. I think we have addressed a lot of the issues. I've updated some drivers, and
Roger that.
hopefully we'll get smoother gameplay on this stream.
Position confirmed.
Like I said, I never had any problems with the streaming this game until we updated to 8.2, and then we got some glitches. So
I'm here.
Trying to figure out where the issues lie
Roger.
and make sure that we have a good streaming experience.
I'm
For our
going.
normal streams, normally we stream this game at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 days a week. So if you're available at that time, please check us out. I think you'll enjoy the gameplay.
Waiting for orders.
And we have a really good community of people who visit us regularly in our chat rooms, which is, as you know, a big part of the fun.
Moving to position.
Alright, so we're trying to...
Affirmative.
Hey, Googles, thank you for joining us. I've done a whole bunch of updating of drivers and windows to try to get rid of that issue that we were having this morning. So, just doing some testing here. That's why I don't have the camera on. I'm just testing out the system and the gameplay. Ironically, I've also played some Elite Dangerous earlier today, and I had no problem with any crashing. So, the fine folks at BTA tell me it's not the mod. So, I updated some drivers, and I updated Windows, including DirectX, and hopefully that will get rid of the problem. Also running a system monitor in the background to see if we can catch any issues in real time. Got to get the system to 100% before we have our BTA PvP showdown between myself and IMG. So that will be a lot of fun. We're very close to getting that funded with your channel points. You can fund for that channel point, that competition, by clicking the bubble underneath the send a message in the chat, and that will allow you to put some of your channel points towards that showdown. We're going to do it in prime time, make it a real event. It should be a lot of fun. Googles, tell me how your playthrough is going through right now. Are you having success? Any questions that you have? Anything useful? Anything I could do to help improve your experience with BattleTech? Just let me know.
Orders? I'm walking here.
Yeah, that's a waste of a plasma rifle shot. We're not going to take that shot. Alright, we got a mech here instead of vehicles. That's good. Nothing worse than taking a mission and you get nothing but vehicles.
Yes, Commander.
It's like, that doesn't help me improve my lance.
Aye.
And that's what it's all about. Improving your lance, either with components or
How can I help?
with mechs. Now, you can do that from vehicles, but it's harder to get components from vehicles because in most cases vehicles are totally destroyed. Alright, so we got a manticore. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. So one thing you can do with artillery, especially when you have a destroy the base mission, we can send some artillery in against the base, even at long range. And if you're using Inferno rounds, that will actually
Standing by.
give the base damage over time, which will make it easier to destroy the base when we get closer. So we absolutely want to do that. Let's see. All right, let's keep our Wraith evasive.
Fast.
With our scout mechs, we definitely want to keep everything evasive. It doesn't even matter necessarily what their accuracy it is. It's all about them getting sensor locks and tag locks and then staying evasive. See, the enemy will shoot at our Wraith there, but they're basically wasting their shots because
Light damage, Commander.
with level 8 evasion, it's going to be very hard for these enemies to actually hit our Wraith. So, Googles, tell me what's going on with your playthrough. Would love to hear more.
Roger.
Alright, so here's our Dervish. I love this Dervish, but he's probably going to be put out to pasture pretty soon. Because we'll probably end up with something like a Crusader, which is just a slightly better missile boat. So we'll see how that goes. Alright. Hopefully this test will go smoothly and we can do our regular stream in the morning. Always bummed out when I don't get to play my BTA in the morning. Alright, ooh, we got an excavator mech. So this was a new mech that was added in with the latest update. So this is an excavator mech. It's a heavy mech. It has a 2 light autocannon 5s and an AMS. So it's basically an aggro mech that's been added to the game. Not much of a threat there. Probably better off taking out this laser turret, to be honest with you. Alright, looks like our systems are running smoothly. I'm watching that above me. I've got a monitor on just to make sure
Hard hit there. Standing by.
that everything is running smoothly.
Heading out. Full speed.
So again, our grasshopper,
Engaging
if
target.
it hits the building with a plasma rifle, will actually do some fire damage over time because it creates heat. Alright, so there's that excavator. I'm really disappointed with the opposition we're seeing here. But then again, we're really just testing out the system here, so if we can get through this mission without a crash, it will be a success. Hopefully we can get a couple test missions in, actually.
You've got my attention.
So again, see, there's nothing here that I would really use my Inferno. I could use it to overheat this extra mech, but it's actually much smarter for me to just cause fire damage to the base, because our goal is to destroy the base. So we'll get more damage over time on the base there. Let's take our Wraith and see what we can do about staying evasive and still doing as much damage as we can. That's a 7.
On the move.
7 of evasion. And this extra mech is probably going to have really bad evasion because,
Aye, aye.
as you can see, it's got a bulldozer on the front of the mech, which I find hilarious. Probably has decent melee, so we should probably stay away from it.
Commander.
Definitely not excited about the opposition on this mission.
I copy.
But we do have an opportunity to hit this tank in the rear. Let's actually use a precision strike here. Might as well use our rockets as well. Let's see if we can get rid of this thing quickly. There we go. Vehicle destroyed. Nice.
Reporting.
Want to encourage everyone to be interactive in the chat room with us. If you have any questions about Battletech, Battletech Advanced, you want to talk about Battletech lore, anything is fair game. You just want to tell us how you're doing this morning or this evening, that works too. Just request that you stay away from American politics. That's obviously a touchy subject right now, so we like to take a break from those intense issues and just enjoy playing some Battletech. Alright, let's keep working on that bombast laser turret. A little disappointed with the opposition in this mission. We're probably not going to get that great of salvage here. But conversely, we certainly shouldn't have any issues
I live to serve.
with damage. If we get damage on this mission, it's definitely a poor strategy on my part because we clearly are outgunning the enemy by a huge margin.
May I interest you in some melting armor?
Alright, there's that excavator mech. It's just hilarious to look at. It's got 2 light AC-5s on it.
I'm receiving you.
I wouldn't mind getting those AC-5s actually, because they're actually... I actually like the light AC-5 quite a bit. Oh, okay. Oh, Google's, you're starting right now? Alright, awesome. So, any character generation tips on the first 3 selections? Okay, so why don't you name them off to me, and I'll give you recommendations one by one. Because I'm not looking at your screen, and I want to make sure I capture everything. So let me know which trait you're selecting, and I'll try to give you some suggestions.
Engaging target.
Awesome. What great timing for us that we can help you set up your gameplay. This is the first time you're playing BattleTech Advanced, correct?
Ready to run.
Because I'll help you do a lot of selections on where did you pick your start. That's actually very important as far as your traits. So let me know which start you picked, and that will help me as well. Usually for new players, I recommend they start in House Davion's base. It's probably the best point to start as a new player. So let me know where you started and which trait you're looking at, and I will give you recommendations on what we can do. Generally speaking, for the traits, you want to maximize your guts and your gunnery, and then your other choice as far as your perk, so to speak, you definitely want, if you're a new pilot, I would recommend that you select the option that gives you good. All right, good. So you pick Davion. That's the best way to start out new. So you're doing the right thing there. Then
All right.
I would recommend that you maximize your guts and your gunnery. Yes, Bounty Hunter, I agree. Bounty Hunter is a great choice. It gives you a buff for guts and gunnery, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely go with Bounty Hunter. And basically, guts and gunnery are what you always want to give yourself early on. They're definitely the most valuable perks. So you're on the right track by going with Davion, and then going. Last one has me stuck. So that's the perk choice. There should be one saying I started out with a good crew, or I started out with experienced friends. I can't remember the exact wording on it, but it gives you the BattleTech Advanced crew or development crew as your pilots. No, don't do Ancestral Mech. Do the one that gives you the BTA team as your pilots. Trust me. That's what you want to pick. I'm so excited that you picked right now to set up your first game. That's fate, because I just happened to come on to do some testing, and I'm so excited that we can help you set up your first game. Radio Crowd, give me the description. I don't think that's it. There should be one that allows you experienced crew or friends.
I'm receiving you.
Something that has to do with that gives you the BattleTech Advanced crew. I can't remember the exact phrasing.
Double time.
Pioneering, yes. So select Pioneering with BTA crew, and you'll automatically get much better pilots, which is very important for your first playthrough. You can't go wrong with that, trust me. If you go with that, you'll be very happy. You know, the Ancestral Mech just gives you an extra light mech. That is good for the first couple rounds. But having the good pilots will help you throughout your career. Not just in the beginning. So I'm so glad you were here when you were starting so we could actually help you set that up. Because I think you'll get much better experience with those better pilots, trust me.
Commander?
Because the pilots that you start out with are not the pilots that you get in Battletech.
Moving out.
The pilots you get from Battletech are not very good. Like your base pilots for BTA are not good unless you select the BTA crew. Incidentally, I'm really hoping
Talk to me.
maybe I can be on that Battletech crew at some point because I'm helping with their wiki and I'm obviously streaming Battletech quite a bit. So I'm hoping maybe I can get a pilot at some point soon. That would be kind of cool.
Receiving you.
Well, I'm glad things worked out and we just happened to be streaming at the time you were going to be playing. Some things are meant to be. And hopefully that gives me good luck and I won't have a crash as well. Because those crashes were really irritating me. I've streamed Battletech for almost 3 years now. And I've never had issues like we had the last 2 days. It was very annoying. I still think it has something to do with the updated mod, but I'm gonna let it go and think maybe they were right that it wasn't the mod. We'll see.
Confirm.
So, Google's, let me know what mechs you start out with, because that's the next question, is what mechs you are given as part of the dice roll.
Vehicle track.
So, very excited for you. Alright. See if we can finish off this excavator mech, which is pretty much useless. Ugh. I can't believe that's going to be our primary salvage from this mission. We're going to have to look at components and see if we have some better components.
Rolling.
Yeah, let me know what mechs you start out with. I'm probably going to be playing for the next half hour or so, so hopefully you can let me know what you're starting out with. That will help us, help you quite a bit. Oh, all right, there goes that excavator mech. I know that was just added at the release. Hey, I'm glad. So, you know, the Battletech Advanced has really
Moving at full throttle.
increased the longevity of this game. This is a very solid game. The base model with the 3 DLCs is very playable even today. But Battletech Advanced takes it to another level. If it wasn't for mods, I would be moving on to other games a long time ago. But this mod in particular makes this game
Good to go.
completely replayable. I've played it for 3 years in May,
Move order.
if I'm not mistaken. And
levels.
can't believe this game is almost 3 years old. And it's still very replayable to me. I honestly play this game at least once a day, on average. You know, even if you factor in
Fast enough.
days when I have vacation or days when I'm traveling for work, on average, I'm still playing this game at least once a day.
You just made it terrible. Good to go. Copy that.
I mean, that's one thing I don't have to worry about right now. Usually, I travel
Roger.
a couple days out of every month. But with COVID, obviously, we don't have to do any travel for business right now. So don't thank me until we see how you enjoy the experience, Googles. I think you'll like the game. If you are successful with BattleTech, the base game, you should pick up BTA pretty quickly without too much trouble.
Got it, Commander.
Alright, we're just pushing through this game pretty quickly. I'm also excited to see, I'm looking at my metrics
Commander? Order acknowledged.
for my computer, and things look like they've stabilized quite a bit.
Fire in.
It did push me to actually upgrade my computer. I've been thinking about it for quite some time. So I'm actually going to be upgrading the computer right now, and I'm excited about that.
Confirmed.
Leopard inbound, Commander.
Oh, cool, M. Simmons. I'm glad you're populating the Discord. Did you put that in the art gallery, or where did you put that? In general chat? So glad to see you.
On my way.
I'm actually doing some testing right now because, as you may know from this morning, we did have a crash. So basically, I'm doing some testing to make sure that the fixes I put in place are working. So we have a smooth stream in the morning.
Losing lots of armor. Aye, aye.
So that's a wood sewing machine. So those are pretty much ancient, right? I mean, they don't make those anymore. I mean, they're instantly a collector's item just because of the nature of the wood itself.
Firing on target.
Oh, you put it in Elite Dangerous? Okay.
That turret is gone.
Yeah, I was scheduled to play Elite Dangerous today in the afternoon. But I really wanted to make sure that our streaming issues have been resolved before we move on to other games. Because obviously BattleTech Advanced is one of my main streaming games, so it was a priority to me to get it up right. Hopefully we'll get Elite Dangerous going this week, though, because I really want to jump into it.
Acknowledge. Got it, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
All right. Wow, it was your grandmother's and you restored it. Well, that's really nice. I'm glad to hear that you took an heirloom and made it new again.
Roger.
You know, we have a tendency to immediately replace things in our life with things that are newer and better, but sometimes something like a family heirloom is something you just can't put a price on replacing. So I actually have a heirloom myself. It's a dining room table. You can't find it anymore because it's made out of oak wood, and it's from the 50s. So I need to get that repaired and refinished myself. And I think it'll be a beautiful piece once I get that done. But you can't find things like that anymore. You just can't.
I copy.
So I'm with you about restoring your family heirlooms. That's awesome. Alright. Speaking of awesome, we might get through this mission, knock on wood, without a crash. which
I'm
means
ready.
we can hopefully be back to normal tomorrow with a regular BTA stream in the morning.
On the way. Double time.
On the way, double time.
Waiting for orders.
Orders.
Alright, I think there's one more turret that we need to get rid of here.
Got my
I
attention.
could get to the evac zone, but
Roger that.
I might as well try to get as much salvage as we can here.
Moving, Commander.
Yeah, there's gotta be a
On the way.
turret that's
Roger.
keeping us from completing
Got
the
it.
mission. See if we can find that turret. Probably on the other side of the base here.
Moving, Commander.
Warning. Enemy reinforcements detected.
Oh! Enemy reinforcements?
Waiting for orders.
I don't see enemy reinforcements. Where are they?
Move order.
Standing by.
Really strange. I think there should be a turret over here.
Aye, aye.
Moving, Commander.
I'm your spaniel.
But it's really strange that we're not finding that turret. Huh, the house screw-ups done by the contractors. Alright, I don't know
Aye.
what's going on here.
Moving
Because
out.
we should either find the enemy turret or we should be able to run, but we're not being allowed to sprint. So
On my way.
I think this mission is glitched out. See, it's still giving the enemy a turn,
Confirmed.
but...
Copy that.
Oh, I got a hydrate. Thanks, M. Simmons. I still have some coffee from this morning. Yeah.
Movement finished.
Yeah. That's 12-hour-old coffee. It's still good. It's still good.
Position confirmed.
Alright, so let's just go to the evac point. I'm not sure why Simray is
I'm
not
receiving you.
picking us up, because I don't see any enemies
Confirmed.
anywhere on the map. So I'm just going to assume that this mission is glitched out,
Onward.
and just be glad that we can finish it. And we'll just head to the evac.
Moving to position.
Standing by. Roger.
Alright, come on. Let's get back to the Argo. It's talent
Away.
night in the recreation bay. We need to get back, and it's karaoke night on the Argo, so we have to get back for that.
Location confirmed.
Oh, okay. Google's is telling us what he started out with. Let me just complete this evac, and I want to look at it in detail. Alright, come on.
Orders.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Yes, Commander.
Come on. Let's evac so I can look at this
Moving, Commander.
breakdown of mechs from Google's
On my
here.
way.
There we go. Okay, so Google's just started a brand new playthrough of Battletech Advanced. And he rolled a Shadowhawk 2H, solid. A UR, an Irby R90, a Stinger, a Wasp, a Kintaro. So, Google, I would say that you rolled pretty well. So, the Kintaro is going to be your brawler. The Shadowhawk is going to be your brawler and direct fire support. The Stinger and Wasp are going to be your scouts, and the Irby is going to be, kind of a fire support mech. So that's actually pretty good. Normally, I would be thrilled to get a Shadowhawk on my first roll, let alone getting a Kintaro. So you definitely did really good. You had a really lucky roll there.
Mission
So
successful.
congratulations. The Kintaro is very solid. The Shadowhawk is very solid. The Stinger and the Wasp, you just have to keep them evasive, and you should be okay till you can upgrade them. And the Suburban, I mean, you're going to keep the Suburban close to the Kintaro and the Shadowhawk and use it for fire support. So, not a bad roll, I would argue. All right, so I don't care about getting that excavator part. So let's look at salvage here. Is there anything? This is a whole lot of garbage here. Okay, well, awesome, Googles. Enjoy your adventures for sure. Let's see, what do we want? I guess I could take the AMS. The improved binary laser. I'll take that. I'll take the bombard laser and the bombard laser, and we'll see what else we get. Yes, sprinting and firing is logical, right? So one of the biggest mistakes I think they made with the base game was making it impossible for someone to sprint while they were firing. It's very unrealistic. Battletech is all about movement and firing at the same time. It's not being a bunch of slow mechs that kind of wander around and then they stop and then they shoot. So sometimes we forget that these mechs are moving at sometimes 130 miles per hour. So why shouldn't they be able to shoot while they're moving? It's kind of a silly notion to me. So I'm glad that most of the mods address that issue. Okay, so... Alright, so we didn't crash. So I'm fairly certain we're going to be successful with our playthrough tomorrow. So I want to make a couple mech changes. I'm going to take the Beagle probe off of this Archer because I don't use it for anything at all, and that gives me another ton that I can play around with, 1.5 tons. So what can I do with that tonnage? Let's look at how we can increase our firepower. I can add a... I can't even do an LRM 10. That's a problem. Well, we could shave off some armor on the legs. Let's do that. Plans out. And then we're going to just put in some regular ER medium lasers. Because we don't use our medium lasers that much in this. We'll leave the clan lasers in the center torso. Alright, so that gives us a little bit of tonnage. That means what I can do is probably take a little armor off the arms. Because we're not really going to lose anything I can't live without. Alright, that gives us 3.2 tons. 3.2 tons. We could take some armor off the back. Not too much. Take a little more. I'm trying to get to the point where we can add just a little bit more LRM firepower to this mech. Just a little bit. Alright, so we're at 4 tons now. Alright, we're getting close. We're getting close. Alright, let's add the LRM 10. Let's add the LRM 10. So we're going to add an extra 10 missiles. We're going to have to be careful with this mech because it's going to be a little squishy. But the other thing is, it feels to me like we end up with a lot of ammo left at the end of the day. So what if we take off a ton of the Artemis? We're probably not even going to miss it. Yeah, I like that. I like that build for the Archer.
Log and note.
Just a little bit more firepower. Alright, so the Mackie, we have another 2 tons available. Is there anything we can do with the Mackie? Unfortunately, I don't know if we can. No, we're just going to have to live with the fact that this thing is under-tonned. Because we just don't have... let's see. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can add that's really going to help us here. So we'll leave the Mackie alone. It's performing pretty well, actually. So do we have anything in storage we should put together? We have a Heliopis. That's not going to help us. We have a Phoenix. That's not really going to help us. Yes, there's nothing we can put together that's going to help us. So let's put the Archer at the top of the list here. Look at the store. We've got a fair amount of money here. So before we travel, let's see if there's some stuff in the store that we can't do without. Don't mind getting this heavy flamer. Buy 2 of those. Those will come in handy.
New weapon systems available.
Those PPC, yeah, we can always use another one of those.
New weapon systems available.
And I'm actually going to end the stream for today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m.